Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share this lovely little card that we made during our OnStage event in November. This card uses the Be Mine Sweet collection from our new mini catalog that contains the Be My Valentine bundle with its coordinating punch. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how I got started. Okay, we're going to start with the stamping for this project, and I wanted to show you the Bee Builder punch. I like to look at the orientation of where the image is so that I know where I want to stamp. And so I know I want the little tail to the right, and I can slide it in from the right. So I'm going to stamp on the left. I'm going to add my body in the daffodil. And then I'm going to add my bee's body on top of that. And holding it for the count of 3 will allow the ink to spread into the fibers of the cardstock. And I'm going to add his cute little face here, like so. I've got my little bee stamped, and I can punch him out quickly. So let's slide him in and punch. And then I'm going to do his antennae. Now, his antennae can be punched out with this little punch here. So I'm going to turn that, and I'm going to stamp that right there, slide it in, and punch. Set his antennae down. And then I'm going to do his little wings. Now, his wings I'm going to do in a pool party. Now I'm going to use my water painter for this, so I'm going to stamp my wings using the pool party, and I want to make sure what orientation I'm doing here. And I'm going to stamp that like so. And then I'm going to bring my water painter in, remove the cap, squeeze a little bit, and load that water onto the brush. And then I'm going to come in, make sure my water painter has a wet tip, pick up a little bit of ink off the lid of my ink pad here, and I can squeeze some water in to make it a little thinner and lighter, and simply come in and do a little color on my wings. You can darken that up by adding a couple of layers, or simply add a little bit of wash on top. To clean my water painter, I'm simply going to run some clear water through the tip and put my cap on it. I'm going to allow that to dry. And you'll want to be careful not to get that water onto your ink pad when you close it. Okay, for the sentiment panel, I'm going to bring in my little movement image here. I'm going to stamp off and stamp. And then I'm going to take that, flip it over, and continue that line. I'm going to start on the other side now and stamp, and then stamp off. And let's say I'm going to flip this and continue that line on this side. I've got that finished. I'm ready to bring in my sentiment, ink it up with the memento, and stamp on the left-hand side of that panel. I'm now ready to punch out my wings because they should be dry, and I'm going to line that up and punch. I've got everything punched and stamped, and I'm ready to assemble. I'm going to start the assembly for my card with my designer series paper. This paper's got some lovely patterns on either side that you can choose from. There's one that has a neutral feel to it, and then another one that has a more detailed image. I love the fact that our papers are two-sided and you have that choice of 12 different patterns. I'm going to place this first Daffodil Delight panel on the bottom of my basic white cardstock, and then I'm going to take the honeycomb pattern and place it on the top. Now, it's okay if the center doesn't meet. That's the way this card was designed. And I'm going to add my sentiment panel that will hide that strip of basic white that peeks through between the two. I'm going to place this like so, and I'm using that designer series paper to kind of line things up. Now, if your paper's a little long, you can take your paper trimmer and just trim that off quickly and easily. Once I have my panel ready, I'm going to bring in my thick basic white cardstock base, fold it on the score line, and flip this over. Add some dimensionals on the back because I want to pop this up and give it some shadow beneath this panel, giving it some interest. And I'm going to remove those dimensionals, backings, and adhere it onto my card front. There we go. I've got that finished. I'm ready to move on to the bumblebee. And so I'm going to take a little bit of adhesive here and add it to the bottom of the heart and place those wings on my bee at a jolly little angle there. And then I'm going to do the same with his antennae. Just a little dot on the point. Lift and slide his little antennae there against his head. Once that's dry, I can flip it over and add my dimensionals. Now this will also help hold those pieces in place and bump it up and create some interest again. I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to add my little bee right here on the right of my sentiment, and then I'm going to bring in some of these beautiful embellishments. They're part of the suite, and they add a nice little bit of shine here to the project. So I'm going to take one of the large hearts and place it, I think up here. One of the little flowers and place it down here. And I think I'm going to add one of the blue flowers, a small one this time, over here, and a little pink heart down here like so. So there you go, a quick and easy card using the Be My Valentine stamp set and coordinating punch, along with items found in the Suite collection. And of course, if you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Jini. Thanks for joining me.